Let's check it out, man. Bad news for Dragon Ball. All right. Let's hear it, man. Let's see what's going on. Something with the community. So
I kind of want to just really vent in this video. I've been pretty frustrated by this for a very long time, since it's been happening for a very long time with Dragon Ball. But when it comes to the dub, I do not understand why Dragon Ball gets treated like absolute garbage compared to every other anime series out there. And Dragon Ball is like one of the biggest, if not like the biggest, most profitable, series.
oh no, this is what this is about. It's about dub. Is dub ass? Is dub ass? Oh, what is happening?
Out there, not just for anime, but for everything, video games, merchandise. Like it would be in your best interest if you're in charge of getting a dub out, which is a preference that a lot of people have, including myself, right? You would haul ass to do it, and they absolutely could do it. Okay, and I'm gonna show proof in this video later on here, but let's just talk about this again. This is just more of like a rant. I've just been frustrated about it, and it's annoying, but let's talk about this, because I know I'm not the only one. I've seen a lot of people express their dislike of how Dragon Ball gets handled, and I don't know if it's Toei or if it's Crunchyroll. I'm assuming it's gonna be all on Toei.
I'm assuming this is pretty much gonna be about the dialogue, right? Is that probably the issue? The dialogue? I wouldn't doubt it. It's probably the dialogue. Here we go.
Not anything against the voice actors. They're doing a great job. I watched the first episode of, actually the first 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Daima's English dub in theaters, and I thought it was really, really good. Stephanie is back as Kid Goku. She was the original voice of
They
Kid
put
Goku
it in
back
theaters? I didn't know that.
OG Dragon Ball. She did Teen Gohan / Kid Gohan's voice. Like, she's very iconic, and hearing that voice back in Dragon Ball, it just takes you back, right? For those of you that watch the original dub, not with Colleen, who she does a great job. I don't have anything against her. I know some people are like, oh, I don't like that voice for Gohan and Kid Goku now, but I think she did fine this whole time. I never really had that much of an issue with it, but I do prefer Stephanie's voice because that's just what I grew up with. Okay, whether you say it's nostalgia or not, I just felt like that voice fit Goku better and Colleen's fit Kid Gohan better. But you can disagree with me, but I'm going off topic here. Do you know how many episodes of Dragon Ball Daima's dub got released yesterday? Okay,
I mean, it's
yesterday
neither
was
here
the
nor
official
there.
release of it publicly for everybody. Just take a guess, all right? Just take a guess. I'm pretty sure you already know because you just saw it, right? 1 episode. You gotta be fucking kidding me with this shit, bro. This is unacceptable. Like, we are 13 episodes in.
Yep.
This shit is gonna be done by the time that the dub catches up to like episode 5, bro.
Yep. It's true.
Do you know how bad that is? And it's been worse, all right? Don't get me wrong. It's been worse. I'll bring up some examples and go over it. But you had the first 3 episodes already up in November. You had that shit ready. We watched it. I literally went to the theaters. I actually went twice. I went the first time. I don't know what it was at this Cinemark that I went to. Fuck them. I'm just joking. It's not their fault. Actually, it could have been.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know the situation.
10th, 11th, 12th.
I was sitting there with some people in my family, and I was like, all right, let's watch this Dragon Ball Daima dub or whatever. And dog, the lady comes out and goes, I don't know what's going on, but we don't have the movie yet. It's like, what? What does that even mean? What do you mean you don't have the movie? This was I think on the 12th. This was the last day of release. So I don't understand how they didn't have the movie. Like, I could understand if it was like the first day, if it was November 10th when I went to go see this. But no, I saw it on the 12th. And I was like, dog, what? Or actually, no, it was it was the 11th. My bad. The 12th was the one that actually worked that I got to go see. But yeah, I thought that was just ridiculous.
So they didn't have the movie?
Something
That's
else
crazy.
I don't know. When it comes to the dub, I am just unlucky with it, I guess.
No, that's just crazy.
The fact
Dub
that
getting shafted hard.
has one episode when they have 3 of them literally ready right now. Like, I can understand if they didn't have anything else ready, which they absolutely do. I heard some talk going around that they're up until episode like 8 or 9 with the dub right now. Like, they already have it ready, but for whatever reason, they're choosing not to release all of it at once. And I know some people like, oh, I don't like it whenever they do too many episodes at one time. Like, there was a big problem with Netflix anime doing that, or just Netflix in general. JoJo's Part 6, which great series. I very much enjoyed it. That they would just batch release.
I got into JoJo, bro, and I watched, like, there was the first, what was it, Jonathan or Joe? The first Joe. I watched the first Joe and him and, like, the whole Dio thing, them growing up, and then I watched, what was it, Jonathan Joestar? And then now it's a different Joe. And I didn't, at least some kind of Joe. I didn't watch the whole thing. But now, like, Jonathan is an old man and it's like his nephew, I guess. I got to catch up. But it was really good up until that point. I just, there's so many things I get into. So I just didn't finish it. But yeah, okay. That's good to know that it's still good.
Episodes, right? And people did not like that. Okay, they liked what they had during the previous format for Part 5, which was, I think, on Fridays or like Saturdays or something like that. And hey, it is what it is, but I think this is the exception because we're already 13 episodes in. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to get caught up on the dub as soon as possible. And again, I'm not expecting them to release all 13 episodes dubbed. I'm not even expecting them to release all 9 episodes, as great as that would be. And I would appreciate if they could do that, right? But at least drop the first 3, right? I expected at least that. There's literally no reason why 3 episodes are done and you're only releasing one of them. The only reason I can think of is if you're being like, if Crunchyroll is just being a greedy piece of shit, which...
Money. Obviously. Longevity. Obviously. The thing is, and we all know, it's not, listen, it has less episodes than Dragon Ball GT. Okay? It has less episodes than GT. GT was what, 66 episodes, some shit like that? Less episodes. So, in their mind, obviously they're thinking, well, how are we going to make this last as long as possible with only 20-something episodes? It's like you have like 1/3 of the amount of episodes that GT had. 1/3. And this is supposed to be canon. It's supposed to be a big deal. So, yeah, it's crazy, though, that they released 3 episodes in theaters and then they only released 1 episode on Crunchyroll. That is crazy milking, bro. You thought their milking strategies were like peak performance in Xenoverse 2? No, Daima is getting the exact same treatment. Bandai is all over this shit. Toei all over this shit. Whoever it is, they're all of the same mindset. Okay, they saw Xenoverse and how they can milk the shit out of that. They thought the same thing with this. It's like, how can we do this? How can we make Daima last as long as possible? Well, the fact is that there's a lot of people that don't want to watch Daima in Japanese. That's just a fact. A lot of people just want to watch it in English. I originally watched anime in English, and now I watch it in Japanese for the most part. It all depends, right? Now, for sports, I don't want to veer off too much, but for sports animes like Haikyuu and Blue Lock, I'll watch those in English because a lot goes on in those animes, right? And they talk during those animes, so you really want to pay attention to the plays that they're doing, right? So because you can really appreciate the animation that goes off in those like Blue Lock, Haikyuu, Slam Dunk, stuff like that, animes like that, right? All the sports ones. But when it comes to like shonen, they're usually just fighting. They're not talking too much during the fights, right? And and I've just grown to love Japanese dub. It's just amazing, right? And I still love English dub. Like, I watch Superhero in both English and Japanese. Superhero, I watch that in both. Now, Daima is going to be over soon. So you got to keep the hype train going, right? And I'm not saying this is a good or bad thing. I'm just saying it makes sense. I'm just saying, yeah, it's obvious, man. This is a greed thing. This is about money. But at the same time, it is for the longevity of Daima. They want, and we don't know what's going to happen with the future of Daima, what their plans are, if this is it, or just how it's going to be incorporated with Super, as well as, the merchandise, Sparking Zero, Kakarot. These games, these DLCs haven't come out yet, right? So, to have the anime, the chances of us getting Kakarot and Kakarot DLC with Daima and the DLC, maybe more DLC with Daima in Xenoverse and other games like Legends, obviously is going to keep pumping out Daima stuff, and then also still have the show going, is a good idea if you want to make the maximum amount of money, right? It's just, it is what it is, because there's still so many things that are coming out from different avenues, right? The toys, the video games. So, to have, the show continuously run through while all this stuff is getting marketed and advertised it's a good idea. And like I said, not a lot of people watch Japanese. A lot of people are waiting for the English.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
Yeah.
We're like, well, if we release them slowly over a weekly period with the dub, it's going to get more people to be subscribed longer to our service or whatever. But it's let's be real. And I'm going to tell you what you need to do right now, because this seems to be the case with how this anime is going to be releasing. Don't do that. Don't even watch it, all right? Don't even watch the dub, even if you're excited for the dub. Watching the first episode wasn't even that good anyways, right? It was, it's just introduction, blah, 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 right? It definitely, like I said, the dub sounds great. It definitely sounds very good. The first episode sounded great, but again, the first 3 episodes of Daima weren't all that good. They were. It was just okay, just basic introduction, nothing exciting yet. It's not until episode 4 and I guess 6 and then 8 and then obviously 12 that it gets peak. So yeah, don't even wait for the dub to catch up to, watch this shit on Crunchyroll. Fuck Crunchyroll, all right? They can suck a dick at this point in time. But no, seriously, that's fine if you want to stay subscribed to the service.
God, yeah, man.
Sub, at least watch the sub, right? But don't wait for the dub. For those of you that are not going to watch the sub and you're going to wait for the dub, do not wait for it, okay? Wait until the entire dub fully airs. I'm talking about all 28 episodes. So in 20 weeks from now, just wait for that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not even gonna watch it. Like I said, I watched all 3 of them, but I didn't even rewatch it because it's I already saw it, right? But yeah, I don't care to watch any of this shit in the dub until.
Listen, I'm not gonna watch the dub, but it's for a different reason. First of all, I heard the voices, right? And it's not I don't like them. It's just I don't necessarily prefer them. I don't know. It's just, we'll see. Maybe I'll watch a couple episodes, but I'm happy with the Japanese dub, and it's already out. Now, like I said, for the people that are waiting for the English dub because they don't want to watch in Japanese, well, you're starting now. Congratulations. Enjoy it. It's just crazy that they actually, they're trying to milk it like Xenoverse. They don't care. Yeah, they just milk it like Xenoverse. It's it is what it is. Now, will I watch it if we get a scene where they grow up and we get a fight scene with adult Goku and Vegeta? Yeah, because then I'm going to want to listen to Sean, right? Because I grew up with Sean's voice as Goku, and I want to, anytime he's Goku, I want to hear it, right? Same with the other actors. So, it is what it is. They'll milk it. They'll just milk the shit out of it, man.
Because once that happens, I can just binge watch it in literally a day or 2, right? 20 episodes, easy. I could finish that in 2 days, right? If I lock in, I can knock out some anime pretty quickly, and I've been doing that, right? So the reason why this is so annoying is because look at this. Okay, shout out to Laser Kid Prime. Okay, this is a baffling choice. Only episodes 1 through 3 were in the theaters dubbed months ago. Right now we have a same day dub for Dr. Stone, possibly the greatest alchemist of all time, Zenshu, Magic Maker, How to Make Magic in Another World, and several more lagging only 2 weeks behind the subs. This is an absolute fact, and it's extremely annoying to see how every other new anime that comes out that aren't even all that like super popular, nothing against some of these anime, I know, you know, some of them a lot of people like, right? But Dragon Ball is massive. All right, this shit's huge. So how are you not having that dub caught up as soon as possible when, again, a lot of people prefer the dub over the sub? There are a lot of people.
But there it is. There it is. There it is. That's the thing, man. I already said, yeah, it's true. It's true. A lot of people are waiting for the dub. Now, regardless, it doesn't matter if it's like, you know, adult Goku or kid Goku. A lot of people grew up with the dub in the West, myself included, and I only really started watching sub Dragon Ball, like, well, obviously not sub Dragon Ball, but English dub with English subs. I only started watching that I don't know when I made the transition. And Dragon Ball wasn't the one to start it either. It was probably Naruto, because back in the day I used to read, well, not read because I can't read Japanese, but I would actually read the raw Japanese printed manga online. Like I would find websites back in the day before people would actually, like, before there was you know, websites where you could find it easily and people can just tell you where they are. Yeah, before, when, you know, the entire internet was the dark web. Before all these changes happened. But yeah, man, like, it's crazy and it's smart. It's because Dragon Ball is so big and so much of the community, yeah, like they're big on both sides. They're big on both sides. So that's why they're doing what they're doing. First of all, Dragon Ball is Japanese first, so yeah, you know, you're getting out with the Japanese dub first. And Dragon Ball is super hardcore in the West as well, that starting it fresh from episode 1, the majority of people that watch dub don't watch sub, and a majority of the people that watch sub probably watch dub as well, right? Or like more of a majority, like more people, you would say, would watch, more people that watch sub, more people in the West that watch sub probably watch dub, as opposed to vice versa. A lot of people, and I know this because I talk to a lot of casuals that watch anime and they watch it in English. And I tell them, oh, if you want to watch more episodes, watch it in Japanese. And then they're like, why the fuck would I do that? Yeah. They look at me and they're like, why the fuck would I do that? Why would I want to read subtitles while I'm watching? Like, how do you even do that? And then that's when the meme starts. When you got Madara Uchiha during the war looking at like this, looking all crazy and shit, saying, yeah, multitask, you noob. We multitask. Bro, I've already read the subtitles before they took their first step into the fight sequence. It's already done. I know what's going on. But not everybody's like that. No, a lot of people are not like that. A lot of people just want to watch and hear what they're saying and understand what they're saying and not have to read what they're saying, which, you know, that's normal, right? And Dragon Ball being the biggest anime of all time, yeah, it makes sense why they're doing this. I'm just saying, it just makes sense, because who's not going to watch Daima? Let's be honest. It doesn't matter how much shit talk is going around, or, like, you know, just the internet, because the internet's not the majority of people that talk about Dragon Ball. You know, Dragon Ball is global, okay? You know, a lot of people are just waiting for their own language to come out. That's the truth.
People love the sub and will watch the sub, okay? And this is nothing against the sub. In this whole video, please don't take this as me saying like, oh, I don't like the sub or anything. I prefer the dub, but I absolutely will watch the sub as well and still enjoy it. Like, I have nothing wrong with voice acting in sub. That's not the issue. My main issue with sub is I just don't like having to read the text and try to focus on the anime. Okay, I don't know if I have like some type of spectrum, like I'm on the spectrum of like ADHD or something like that, but I definitely have like a very short attention span. Okay, so when I'm trying to focus, it's very hard for me to focus on reading and watching at the same time. I know there's a meme and we talk about this joke all the time, Dragon Ball fans can't read, but that 100% applies to me because I literally I can read, but like I can it's very hard for me to focus. And I'm not being funny about this, I'm being dead serious. Like there are times where I'm watching a subbed anime, and I've watched a lot of subbed anime, right? And I still enjoy it, and I still will continue to watch them if there's no dub, right? But there have been many times where I would have to rewind to see or pause to see what they're saying and try to process all that real quick.
Yeah, no, see, and that's just a skill issue. But it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's just a skill issue. Yeah. It's just a skill issue. It's fine. Not everybody can do this, and listen, yeah, it's depending on the anime, it can be crazy. It can get hectic. A lot of but it's just you haven't unlocked it yet. You need that Sharingan, bro. You need that. I'm just playing. Yeah. It is what it is, man. A lot of people are just waiting for their language to come out, man. It makes sense. It makes sense. So everybody in the West, they're just starting to watch Daima. There's very few people I know that are watching the English sub. It is what it is. It is what it is, man.
And again, people are going to laugh at me. I already know. Like, oh, what's wrong with you? Seriously, I think I have some type of like ADHD or some type of like hyperfixation, or I don't know. I've never gotten it diagnosed or whatever, but I'm just saying like I'm pretty sure I have something like that because I've always been like that since I was a kid. Okay, so I know that's off topic. That's a skill issue. Okay, but I'm just saying that's just me. Okay, that's why I like the dub because I can just. It's auditory. I can just hear everything that they're saying, and I can watch. Like I don't see what's like the big problem with that. Even if the dub sucks, I'll still watch it. I will still watch it in the dub. Okay. Eventually, I go back and rewatch most of the anime that I really liked in a sub, just to hear the differences. And sometimes they change things in the dub. Sometimes they do. So I want to see what the original text has to say, right? But I'm just saying, okay, like. I love my anime and dub. Like, I will sacrifice anything, anyone, so that I can watch the Dragon Ball Daima dub. It's in its entirety, at least caught up right now, okay? Because this.
See, and the thing is too is like, yeah, and you have people that are upset about it and talking about it, like, why, right? Why is it like we only got one episode when 1 and 3 have already been seen in theaters, apparently, which I didn't know about. And then, and we're 13 episodes deep in the Japanese. Like, what's going on? But then you have a lot of casuals that are bringing the same energy. They would do anything, sacrifice anything for a dub of Dragon Ball, right? But they don't care about the Japanese dub being as deep as it is. They don't give a fuck. A lot of people don't give a fuck. That's why also they're doing it. Because they know that people are going to watch regardless, right? There's people that are going to be upset about it, but a majority of people don't give a fuck and they're going to watch it. They're like, doesn't matter what age you are, you're going to be watching it with the kids or you're going to be watching it by yourself. Hey, people have been waiting for this. So, I mean, it's a W for Bandai or a W for Toei, right? W for Dragon Ball. The fact that it can stir up this much this much of a shitstorm, over episode releases, which is like, it's understandable too. It's understandable. But, if you're thinking logically, obviously, what's going on. Like, what's going on.
This is just ridiculous how, like, for example, Dandadan, which another very fun anime that I watched recently, it's done. There were only 12 episodes. I'm very sad that it was so short. But There's a season 2 coming. That got dub released the same day. It was literally simulcast or like 1 day behind.
Yo, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
Was like
Appreciate you.
My Hero Academia, usually at the same exact time, maybe like a couple of weeks behind, right? Most popular anime or anime that are brand new get a simulcast, okay? And I know,
and I get that too, and I do get that too, that they do get a simulcast, and like, you know, and these are new animes, and like, you know, I feel like the reason too, and I may be wrong on this, and you guys can correct me on this, I'm not sure, but like, I feel like also with these new animes that are getting a double cast, it's because they're new animes, and like, you know, it's a good way for them, it's the best way for them to push out, right, in different areas, in different languages, different regions, right? And I feel like that is a factor. But with Dragon Ball, like we all know, is for how huge it is, they are able and can afford to make these kind of moves, because Dragon Ball is global. It's it's so tied into the culture. Like, bro, everybody knows Dragon Ball. Your grandma knows Goku. Like, bro, like they're able to make these moves because no matter what. Listen, Daima English dub could have came out next month. It could come out next month, bro, and people would still watch it. And they could release just one episode and it could be next month, bro, and people would still watch it. And it's because they can afford to make these moves, because no matter what, they're gonna get the same numbers. They're gonna get huge numbers. In fact, when people wait on Dragon Ball, it just makes the numbers even bigger, bro. Because anticipation, when it comes to Dragon Ball, if you want to talk anticipation, it's like you can compare anticipation for Dragon Ball things to like GTA, to Rockstar things, right? Like, if they were to announce a Dragon Ball movie right now, it would be the most anticipated anime movie ever, bro. It would be. And that's just how it is, right? Same thing with GTA, the most anticipated video game ever. And it doesn't matter how long we have to wait. It doesn't matter, okay? And Sparking Zero is another example of that. Just look at the numbers, okay? It doesn't matter how long we have to wait. Two super hardcore super fan bases that will come around when the time comes around, no matter what. And I know there's a part of the community that doesn't like it, and they're like, what the fuck? Okay, I watched 13 episodes of Japanese and I'm ready for my English dub. Okay, and then you have another majority, a smaller majority on the English dub side that's like, you know what? I know that there's 13 episodes in English sub. Why are we only getting one? I want to binge. And then you have probably a large portion of, I would say, to be honest, of the English dub community that is like, I don't really care that the sub is out. You know, it is what it is. You know, and I'm glad my dub is here. And they're going to watch it every single week. And Toei's like, yeah. They're like, yeah. Yeah, you like that? Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Right, it is. Hey.
The voice actors, you know, they're hard at work doing it, you know, respect, and I appreciate them. But what the fuck is Toei doing to the point where
they're making money? They're making money. Hey, Xenoverse 2. Bro, I'm telling you, when they saw the numbers on Xenoverse 2, and they were like, okay, like they pushed the milking to the absolute limit, and they saw just how much our wallets are willing to give for Dragon Ball. And they're like, let's do that with our TV shows. Let's do it. How are we going to do it? Okay. 13 episodes, Japanese only. All right? And that community is already massive. And now they're double, and now it's just reload. Just reload it. Just reload it. Do it again. Do it English dub. Do it again. Give me the bag.
Do they hate the dub? I think they just hate Dragon Ball. It's not even about the dub anymore. I'm pretty sure Toei, they just hate this series for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because they feel like it's old and it's not making them as much money anymore, and they just like want to, push for One Piece constantly or whatever. But it's like Toei, like at this point in time, I don't even see them as like an animation studio that even gives a shit about Dragon Ball. Like, please. Give Dragon Ball to someone else, some other studio that has a passion for this series and actually loves this series and wants to see it do at its peak, right? Because what the fuck are y'all doing? And
he's so mad. He's so mad, dude. He's so mad. Yo, listen. I understand, yo. I feel it. Because he loves... The thing is because it's his job. It's his job to keep up with all of this stuff, but he's dub first, right? He's an English dub guy first, but it's his job to keep up with everything Dragon Ball. So he knows everything that's been happening, and he has just been dying to watch it all in dub. And it's like, yeah, he has to go through a rerun, right? He has to go through a rerun. So, bro, I get it. But the casual fan base is not like that. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And no, they don't hate the English dub. Of course they don't hate the English dub. Why don't they hate the English dub? Well, it's obvious, man, because they held off for so, like, look at this. Look at the rating. Okay? Look at the rating. Okay? It has a 4.8 rating, bro. Okay? A 4.0, and that's just with the sub, okay? They know how well it's going to perform with the dub. So to take that and use it to their advantage to prolong the lifespan of Daima, that's the move. I get it. It is what it is.
Again, Daima is gorgeous. It looks amazing and everything, but it's like they are just fucking up like everything on it. Promotion was bad. This dub release is bad. Like, come on, man. Like, the anime itself is fire. You have this great anime right now, and you're not doing it justice. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but let's just talk about how the dub has been for Dragon Ball, at least recently, in more recent times, since Battle of Gods, okay? This aired in 2013. I think in like spring or summer of 2013 in Japan. So we have to wait a full year for the dub, okay? Which that is a long time, and that sucks. That's awful. But, it is what it is, right? Then Resurrection F. Okay. August 4th, 2015. I think it was also spring of 2015 in Japan. So only a few months. Is getting better, right? Nope. When Dragon Ball Super, the actual anime, okay, and that's why it's like we do gotta appreciate that. I don't want to say even appreciate, but the Daima dub is nothing compared to how the Super dub was. Holy shit, we had to wait almost 2 years for the dub to go up.
We had to wait
Super, because this shit,
dude. That's how long it was. 2 years? 2 years. Yo, I didn't know it was 2 years. Oh my God, that was so long ago, before COVID days. Bro, that's insane. And like, yeah, I was in my Japanese transition already. Bro, that is nuts.
First episode dropped in 2015. 2015 in Japan. So they were already I think they were at like the Goku Black arc, or they were getting to that point. Like, they just finished up the Universe 6 tournament, or they were, like, in the middle of it or whatever. Like, we were getting to Goku Black almost at this point. Like, we were definitely getting there. That just blows my mind how bad that was. Now, let me say this. The best time it was to be a Dragon Ball fan for the dub was when the Broly movie dropped. This shit shows how they can haul ass if they really wanted to make sure that a dub release was almost at the same exact time as the sub release, okay? Japan's release, I believe, was in November of 2018. USA release, worldwide or whatever, English dub, January of 2019. Only a couple of months, maybe not even, like 1 month. I think it was 1 month. Okay,
right, and that's also for the movie too, right? Like I feel like that's also different because it's the movie, so they gotta pump that out probably like as quick as possible. But with the show, it's different, right? Because the show is long running. You know, it's going off. It's running for a set period of time, going through episodes weekly, and that's why the gap between dub and English and Japanese dub can be, longer. Like,
the world premiere for like special thing where they had it at like I think some like Chinese theater or whatever in like LA or something like that. And that was in dub too. I just remember that. Yeah, I recall it was also in dub. There were people that went to go see the movie.
What is this? Hi, could you please set to another video? I want to watch something like Haluva Boss or Has Been Hotel. What is Has Been Hotel? Or Minecraft? Haluva. Listen. I'll look up this. What's Haluva Boss? I'll look that up. Give me a minute. I'll look that up.
Before it even released. Okay, the Broly movie.
We got videos we gotta go through. But yeah, you know what? We'll check it out, bro. We'll check it out. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's all right, bro. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we got one viewer. Yeah, we know, man. And we appreciate you. We got people coming in now. But also, remember, we got people watching off stream, right? Like when the stream is off, we got people watching from all over. So we got to go through the videos we got to go through. But I'll check that out. Haluva Boss, Has Been Hotel, or Minecraft. But what about Minecraft, bro? What about Minecraft do you want to watch? What about Minecraft? Is there anything new? I
think it actually released in December, so that's my mistake. December release, I'm talking in Japan for the public in Japan to go watch it, right? They had the shit dubbed before people in Japan even saw the movie in sub. Or not even sub, but they saw the Japanese version of it. The dub was already done. They can do it. And
but they won't.
For the super
they
anime,
won't though.
When it comes to like a weekly anime that's like, not already like done. Like for example, like Daima's done. All right, there's no like, oh, let's go out there and like, finish a couple of top shot. Maybe there. I don't know, but I doubt that. I'm pretty sure the anime is just like done, and they're just releasing the episodes weekly right now, right?
Yeah.
Super was different because it was on this schedule and like they were still animating stuff or whatever. So it's like I can understand them being a little bit behind because of the schedule, and it was a very long series. It was like 130 episodes or whatever. And like Boruto, for example, and like One Piece, those are always behind. And the
thing is too is that I would feel like they know how long they want the series to run for. Like when they're considering both dub and sub, how long they want it to stay relevant for it to stay live, right? Because also think about how long it's been since Super finished. It's been like 5 years, has it not? So like, yeah, it makes sense.
On the dub for many, many episodes. But this is different because Dragon Ball Daima, this is like the first time like a Dragon Ball anime is kind of like, in a sense, kind of similar to like a seasonal anime, like Undead Unluck, for example, 24 episodes, right? And that got caught up with the dub pretty quickly, okay? So it's like, this is ridiculous, man. Like, why can't we go back to this? You guys had this shit in the bag. What happened? Like, the Broly movie was literally the best movie ever. Like, everything was perfection with this. Like, there was not a single issue with this. The promotion was
I remember the reactions, too.
The English dub release
when
was on time.
When people first saw the trailer.
Good. It was also a great English dub. The movie was fantastic. Like, this, they cooked. Why can they not replicate everything with this with modern Dragon Ball? Because Superhero, we thought we were getting this shit at the same time, but Superhero, we waited another like 3 months again. And that's why everybody got spoiled on Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, Cell Max, and all that shit. Because they had to make us wait another 3 months for it to come out in the US. And it's not even like, oh, well, we're just waiting for the dub. No, they just release it publicly for everyone at the same exact time.
I don't think I didn't get spoiled either for superheroes. So that, I mean,
even if it's in the sub, that's fine. I will watch it in the sub as long as you release it at the same exact time. This released in Japan in June of 2022. They could have easily just said, hey, we're going to send that shit your way, Americans, worldwide, and you can drop that shit in your theaters. And everybody can have fun and enjoy this at the same time and not get fucking spoiled before the movie even
3
came
months
out.
isn't like...
The movie
for him,
like,
though, 3 months is an eternity for him, though. Because, yeah, it's his job. That is forever.
an hour before it even released for people to go watch, and people were already spoiling this shit.
Yeah, that's tough. It's
Dragon
tough.
Ball is a mess, man. Modern Dragon Ball, what's going on, man? I love this series to death. It's literally my favorite fucking series of all time. But this shit, man, it's so disappointing. And keep in mind, throughout this whole video and everything, there are a lot bigger problems going on in the world right now. This is nothing compared to what's going on. Now, I'm not trying to get into that or anything. Y'all be safe out there.
It's fine, man. We're just talking about Dragon Ball, man.
Like, just me making Dragon Ball content like daily and everything, and like this kind of stuff. Again, I'm very passionate about Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball so much, and it hurts, man. It hurts to see a series you love not get the love it deserves. I don't know, I don't think I'm the only person that feels this way, but you can disagree with me if you want to.
I'm sure people agree with me.
Comment down below if you want to vent. I'm here to read your shit, right? I'm here.
All right, yeah, that was Slow's video. Put in the chat so people could see it online, offline. You guys could leave him a like. He always has good videos, man.